and so it's a public-private partnership project. At this stage, the next phase, which I think is pretty normal practice, is we are going to be moving to work on our actual construction staging and how that's all going to work. So, that would be a good time to talk about our plans for that and how we're working to mitigate any effects surrounding the community.
You didn't address the Hardy Plank Cementitious Board issue.
I guess I'm not sure what we can do is look at it, but I will say that at this stage, it's not really fiscally feasible to integrate it. I hate to say this, but even DHCD does advocate that we cut our budget so that they can get more out of the money that they allocate to these projects. So, we actually are not. We kind of make the same amount of money no matter what. Really, a lot of this is driven by effective allocation of resources for district residents.
Let me just say this and I'll rest. We want a project that stands the test of time. We want a project that is as attractive, solid, and enduring for our community as we would create such a project on Albemarle Street or Cowmere Road. We want the same level of consideration, and yes, we appreciate that your budget is modest. We also appreciate that you're doing affordable housing, but that can't be the overriding concern for you to give us a product that doesn't meet the test of a majority of architects.
All I can say is we sell luxury condominiums, top of market with Hardy.
Where?
So, in Petworth.
Okay, can another commissioner speak? I'm a huge housing advocate. I sit on a few nonprofit boards, and most people in the city know about Habitat for Humanity. They do some of the best work. Even they cannot do housing at 20%. So when a developer comes before us and state that they're doing their best to provide what our residents can afford, we need to really recognize that, appreciate it, and not be so much on the aesthetic appeal of it, because we have so many people who just can't afford housing at this point. It's a city issue, so we really need to try to maintain the level of affordability versus pushing their budget up for more appealing building material. Hardy board last.
Okay, so, and I just have a comment, just on,
It's not about lowering standards. I live in a Hardy board home. My advocacy is that residents in this neighborhood can stay in this neighborhood at an affordable level. I've seen Hardy board other places. I don't have an issue with Hardy board, but I don't want my residents to have to move.
another question, another comment I just made, I just heard on WTOP today, DC rent for one bedroom, they said the average was $2,200 a month. So with that, I'm supporting of it. So for the same thing, affordability, also supporting because it's been an eyesore of a lot. Fortunately, it hasn't been a crime lot, anything like that. It's just been an eyesore. So anything that's going to bring some light to Bladesburg Road at this end, this is, if you look at the, well, you can't see, it's the old Express, which was a McDonald's. They got closed because somebody robbed everybody on the tour bus 10 years ago. That's why McDonald's left. So anything that's going to bring this lot back to life, I'm for it.
Just want to say, if you're going to take any non-seniors, sign me up.
He's being modest. So you wanted us to have you want us to vote to support you? Or?
Well, yes, but I think again, like the public space committee is they deal with public space. But really, I think it's important that it's clear that we are here about our public space application. I mean,
okay.
The comments about the project in general we appreciate, but really we're talking about well, I mean, basically our building's relationship to the street sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Commissioner, do you have a question?
Oh, I don't think you can address that issue in isolation. I think that issue needs to be addressed in totality of the project.
Thank you, Commissioner Harris. motion, I'm making a motion that we vote to support this in the public
I
space.
didn't think it was a voting item, I thought maybe we just presented.
The Public Spaces Committee, asks that that ANC members and the chair weigh, or sorry, not the chair, the SMD weigh in on the application. I guess, you know, the other, if you look at the reports from the staff, they'll make a few comments. Sharon said, make sure we put a certain species of tree in the tree box. So you can just say approved, or you can give us feedback, it's either up to you.
Whose SMD is this in?
It's in my.
This is, but it's right on the board, like one half of the street is mine and one side is his, so.
No, I was trying to see if the SMD gets the letter, I would like to send the letter in support if the commission didn't, that's why I was asking that question.
I just have a question.
Sure.
Like what time frame are, like, when you say that you need to have feedback on the application, what time frame are we talking about?
We have our actual, the Public Space Commission, our meeting is next week, the 27th.
Okay, well, thank you, gentlemen, I will speak to you. More questions?
Is he looking for a vote?
We do need,
Affects my SMD, I guess,
Make
it's
sure.
the three of us, yeah, it's certainly,
Yeah, we
The-
would, and we do
just
want
to
to
be
meet
clear-
again with the
I
community.
think even having this information, this hasn't been shared with the residents that I know have been complaining about Pepco on that street recently. Like right there on Mead Street, they have had complaints about the construction stuff. So I would like for them to be able to weigh in on what this public space project is going to be.
but just to be clear, that won't be an issue that the Public Space Committee addresses, and they would like some action one way or the other. Again, we're talking about the curb cut and our width of sidewalk. Those are the issues that are subject to the application. You know, in terms of what Pepco's doing, I can't, you know, they're not, the Public Space Committee isn't gonna weigh in on that.
I understand, but I'm just saying, parents have, Commissioner Lee, have you asked your constituents what they thought about this?
Not since the last meeting, but like I said, it was only a public space issue, and yes, we do need to ask them about it, but to move the public space issue forward.
I know, but it's something I think they should weigh in on.
I agree, I mean.
Okay, so we're gonna meet with the
Get
committee.
weighed in though, that's the whole thing.
I don't think.
But they should be made aware of what's gonna
Any
happen,
construction or anything like that, it's just practical.
like any other situation.
Well, you know, when we had the meeting before, and
That was like almost 2 years ago.
it was 2 years ago. Yes, okay. I plan on having a community meeting for them, to let the community know. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
That's right, we need a action, whether it's in favor or against, like, the process requires that there is actually an action.
I do a vote.
All those in favor of supporting the public space issue only, that is my motion.
And I move to second it.
All right, it's properly moved to second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We need more discussion.
It's 9 o'clock and we have representatives.
I mean,
Discussion. I'm not opposed to the project, I'm opposed to the process, and I actually agree with Commissioner Shropshire. Surprise, surprise. I think that, the public does need an opportunity to hear what that plan is. I don't think we should rush. I'm not trying to inconvenience you, I'm simply advocating on behalf of the community that always has questions. I think those questions need to be entertained in a public, transparent community meeting. We can get that feedback, and then I think it would be appropriate to come back to this body and seek the concurrence of the entire commission. And you can simply ask for more time, from Mr. Marcoux for the public space in terms of acting on your public space, application.
We'd like to ask for action today. We're also entitled to the procedural allowances that were granted, and, you know, we don't think the curb cut issue, and again, those are the issues that they're interested in.
And people are talking about this all the time, so it's.
Well, you'll get an action today, it's been properly seconded and let it pass.
so can we have a vote? All those in favor of supporting the curb cut in the public space issues only, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any other opposed? One, two. Commissioner Blackman.
Roll call,
Can we do roll call?
roll
Yes,
call.
you do, yeah.
Petty Gay Lewis,
Support.
Commissioner Shropshire,
Opposed.
Commissioner Butler,
Yes.
Commissioner Blacknell,
Opposed.
Commissioner Henderson,
Opposed.
Commissioner Bugs, opposed, Commissioner Lee.
Support. So the motion is not passed, then the letter of support. Thank you, Judge.
So, we would ask that you actually file, your response.
Yes.
I think that's the key. And who should we follow up with about scheduling, I guess, more of a,
With
You said
myself,
Commissioner Lee's signature.
okay. Well, I think
I'll be included, he'll include.
I'll include Commissioner Shropshire and Commissioner Butler.
thank you.
That's fine,
Alright.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Commissioner Lewis had she invited a presentation on Shook Restaurant. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Where are you located?
Good evening, everybody. I'll be brief. I know we're running late. My name is Ron Becker. I am the founder of Shook Restaurant with our first location in Mount Vernon Triangle. We are between 6th and 7th on K Street Northwest, just around the corner from the convention center. We have been alive since May of last year. We are a fast casual restaurant, a small space that serves accessible, affordable food that is Israeli inspired and is all vegetable focused. We are very healthy, and since we opened last May, we have been awarded Fast Casual Restaurant of the Year, as well as many other awards by the Washington Post. Our second location is coming to Union Market, specifically to the Edison building, the one that will also house the Trader Joe's, as well as some other retail spaces. We are primarily a restaurant. Food is 99% of what we sell. We have a very small alcohol program that's comprised of 2 wines and 2 beers to round out the experience. It makes us both a robust lunch place and a robust dinner space. Currently in Mount Vernon Triangle, we've become a community destination, and the addition of alcohol to our food program has supported that. We plan to do the same thing in Union Market, and would love your support in May.
Okay, so,
SHOUK.
okay, so this falls within my S&D. We had an S&D meeting, and the community is excited about this project. It's healthy foods, it's affordable foods, and it's just another way that the community can try a variety of foods. It does have a liquor license, but we don't see it being an issue because it is within a Eden's project, and Eden has always made sure that their tenants follow the laws. So the community is supporting this project. And I would like if my fellow commissioners were to join me in support of this project.
What's the address?
I think it's.
Because you're not open yet, right?
No, it's not.
No, we are slated to open in early of 20.
And with my developers, they are on the ball. They come in advance, let the community be aware of what's coming so we can support them versus opposing them hindsight. So he chose to come, in advance, so
So,
Do you have any materials to share with us?
I don't
Like-
see
I've got some
why he should
menus.
have to come back, because it's a part of the.
Probably the best.
No, because, not every restaurant has to repeatedly come to get a license.
oh, they-
No, they don't.
okay.
So when you return, what do you ask for this support?
For the liquor
He's
license.
good to go, but if we give him
Yes.
support when he
Okay.
presents his application, it'll be quicker. Yes.
That's what, okay.
was just asking, what are we in support of, like,
And they're going to apply for a liquor license for the restaurant also.
Liquor license for beer and wine.
So what's the license classification?
I believe it's classifications.
A C license?
And that's only in-house, no carryout.
That's correct. Alcohol for us today represents 1% of our sales. We expect this to be the same here, so it's a very small portion of the revenue.
This little side. Okay.
But they were proactive, most developers don't even think to do that. Oh, yes, that's what I did. I put the motion on the floor to support Shoot in their, liquor license and the opening of their store, their restaurant in general.
All those in favor supporting Shook Restaurant in their opening and their request, they have made requests for the liquor license, but to show that we'll support them in their endeavor with having a liquor license, all those in favor? Or is there any discussion before we go?
I'm just a little bit confused, cause I thought that we would get more information. I mean, I'm not opposed to the project, but I just thought, well, I didn't think that we were voting on this today.
I'm pretty sure you did that.
Or he didn't, but I thought I mentioned in my request that we were doing a vote.
Oh, sorry. Discussion.
Discussion, Ms.
Boy, I
Evans.
tell you, this is an evening of surprises. Once again, I actually concur with Commissioner Shropshire. I tell you, I would like more, I think that from what you described, sounds appealing, welcoming, but this is all I have before me, and I don't think that that would inform my vote enough to give you the nod of approval. I would certainly like to see more information. If you receive those awards for your Mount Vernon Triangle project, I would like to see something in writing. I mean, this looks nice, but everyone says they're going to be well behaved and a good neighbor, you know, in the beginning. I would like to see more information that supports your track record, including a record or from ABRA attesting to your good stewardship at that location. You should have no liquor license violations, and I think we should be able to evaluate that before voting. So I'm not saying no, I'm a process person, and I think that, the community depends on us to make informed decisions, and I certainly want to be in a position to make a fully informed decision.
And frankly, though, I seconded the vote, I was actually gonna abstain for lack of information too. I will check you guys out this week though, at the Mount Vernon Triangle.
If the commission is not going to vote to support it, I will take the vote back. However, when I think of the process from